Okay, let's begin. So, welcome to the show Eat with the Owner.
Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, your name Brenda, right?
Yeah,
What's your last name actually?
Come on, Shan is my
last
name.
My memory.
Hey, Faye, what's going on here?
Yeah, I guess did not sleep well last night. So actually today, really thank you for having this new
it's my
setup.
greatest pleasure. Yeah, let's try something new because for me, I think we can always improving.
Yeah, it's amazing. So the background, and also we can see the food in front of us, and
exactly.
also at the same time, we can show two faces together.
That's more important.
Do you want to?
I have no idea, but I know that you have specialties and crazy menus, but I'm not sure I'm gonna. That's what you do. Like you order for the client, or I order some.
You order, yeah, you order. Yeah.
Okay, right.
We decide, but we're not that good sometimes. the food.
I would try your spicy pork strips. Can I?
Yeah. 鱼香肉丝. Okay, great. Yeah. It's lunchtime, so probably we can eat a lot, right? We have a whole day to...
Don't be crazy.
Just eat a little bit more.
Okay. Another thing I want to try this. I don't know what's the same as the style in Shanghai. This is the sorted...
Yes, edamame.
Is that good? Is that good?
It's a kind of a snack appetizer.
Yeah. I would like to try this. So I'm not sure. So you can order some. What do you recommend? I have no idea.
You want the eggplant plated bell pepper?
Okay,
and also,
that's famous more.
Yeah, and also the dry green beans. So we have two vegetables.
Okay.
And then, do you need the steamed rice?
Yes, please.
Okay. By the way, you look thinner, from what I saw.
Slimmer?
Yeah, thinner.
Oh boy.
So you are more fit.
Yeah.
You run a lot, right?
I slimmer because I run run with the runners. We have
so you have
activities.
On the treadmill or outside? You run
outside.
Oh, seriously? It's cold.
It's very cold, and every day now I'm just I don't want to go, but you know what?
How many kilometers you run?
Usually it's 5 kilometers.
That's
yes,
amazing.
Not too much,
so
not too crazy.
What time are you gonna stop? When it's -2, -5?
Last winter I kept it running all winter because it was not too bad. This winter I'm not sure. Last winter.
-20, -15 degrees?
Not too crazy. Yeah, -15
so
I will go.
How about the breathing? Sometimes it hurts your nose.
Yeah, that's very true. It's suffering. It's I have to go on or I'm coming back.
Yeah.
That's very true. But it's sometimes you need something to stimulate boost your energy a little bit, especially in winter.
That's crazy.
That's very important.
Especially for me, I know it's really good to. I really need to.
But you do sports as well. I know that you play soccer
and then that's only my comfort. I play soccer once a week, but I guess it's not.
Did you now already?
Yeah,
still okay. That's good. Yeah. And Zita is playing soccer as well once a week.
She's 6. She's
5.
She's 5 playing soccer.
Yes, with the boys.
And right now it's indoor, right?
Yes, indoor. Now it's indoor.
It's a club.
It's a club. Yes.
It's
NDG
training?
soccer.
Oh, okay.
No, for kids it's
I know that
recreational activity.
My daughter started the same age, but in the West Side in the same club.
Yeah.
Lakeshore Club.
Oh, Lakeshore. Yes,
it's a big one, very big.
I think it's good.
I'll bring this downstairs.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. So I have to wait here, and I say nothing.
It's not stopping yet.
Okay.
Don't do anything serious. Oh, crazy.
Okay. So you know what? I have met Mr. Fei. Let's see which year we met. It's about 2015. That's the first time we met in a restaurant which called Dai Ayi. But it's not here. But now today we're at the downtown location. The first time I met Dai Ayi was, I remember it's in Cottonage, when he had another store, another restaurant. And I came with a friend to a restaurant, and I met a person called Dai Ayi, and then it's a guy. I was talking to the camera, say the first time we met in Dai Ayi, Cottonage.
Yeah, exactly.
And I said, this guy is interesting. He's talking whatever. It's he's eager to talk. He's passionate to share.
I talk too much. That's the problem.
No, not at all. And I think he's very special. And then we became friends, right?
Yeah, we met several years ago, right?
Yeah. 2015.
Yeah, 2015. You remember the year?
Yes, I'm a woman.
Well, this time, first time we see this together, and I probably look really bad because I'm more dark, very dark, comparing to you.
You cannot compare. We don't compare, right? We are unique as we are.
Yeah. Hey, actually, do you want to start the sake?
Let's try it. Okay. And do you? Wow, that's a logo with the Dai. Okay, let's show it. That's
with
very
this
cool
one, and that's for water.
Okay.
Do you drink coffee? You can bring a.
No, it's fine. Just
no,
water.
I mean, if you drink coffee at home, you can bring this home.
Oh,
and
okay.
You can bring two of them if you like.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's
Did you order it in China?
No, here local.
Really?
Yeah, it's
expensive?
It's a very high end. Very high end.
Mm-hmm.
$50 each. 50 the Canadian dollars.
Okay.
It's like
Quebec, China. Okay,
yeah,
yes. Quebec, Canada. Yeah.
They are the only one.
But the quality is good. It seems to be.
It's a white porcelain. They are special. It's a studio. They are the only one in Canada right now.
Mm-hmm. So how's everything? Restaurants going well, and Brenda's going well.
I guess during the pandemic, we're doing okay.
You're doing fine. Okay.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's.
Doing fine. Doing okay means surviving good.
Yeah, surviving
is very important.
It's already good enough.
Yes, yes.
It's very tough.
Life is hard for everyone, but everyone strives to.
In the restaurant business, right now we have the food price really, really high, and also the staff issue, labor thing, like really difficult to find quality or even any staff. So it's like I do 7 days a week, from very early morning to the very late night.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Now we have more.
老费 is crazy.
More and more.
As always.
But you don't have choices because you have to survive, like the business.
And feed the family, and everyone's relying on you.
Yeah, and especially for right now, the business is the only income for the family.
Yeah.
Before I had a full-time job, so I had the salary, so stable income. But now I lost that. So business is the only one thing. Only thing can bring the income to the family. Exactly. And also, if we lose this one, the business cannot survive this pandemic. Later on, I need to find another job. So the priority is to keep the business through this pandemic.
But you can do it, I think.
I think so far we are okay. So if the pandemic gonna finish within a year or two, I think personally our business will be okay. If longer than 3 more years, that could be kind of trouble.
Is it because that your restaurant is located in downtown and mostly rely on students around, or it's because
the downtown is like a location-wise right now during the pandemic. It's worse than other areas.
Exactly.
Because less people in downtown, but the same lot of restaurants in the same area.
Right, exactly.
People are not coming to downtown to work anymore.
Yes, it's been a while I didn't come to downtown, and this time I came to downtown. So wow, it's épouvantable. Everything is like so messy, and everything is like
so less people, so less money come to the downtown area, but you have same amount of the businesses. So each one you have to feed them, right?
Figure out how can I survive, right?
All these businesses, like they have like they are something, have their mouth open to want some food, want some income, right? Like all the birds on the same nest. You have 6 birds in the nest waiting for the daddy and the mom to bring.
That's too much English, right? Yeah, exactly. But I understand image.
Exactly. So
exactly.
But we have same amount of business in downtown area,
right?
But less nutrition coming to us, like less revenue overall.
So more competitions with the others.
So someone has to die, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You just hope you are not one of them.
No, you were not going to be dying. No.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's the first time I try something hot.
Yeah. Sake is very light.
Wow, that's a Japanese?
Yeah, sake.
Right?
It's 15% only, so it's very, very easy.
Ooh.
In Shanghai, you have 石库门, right?
Shikumen. But I never tried it, because that's for,
黄酒, yellow.
Yes, 黄酒有的, yes.
Yeah, 石库门 is very famous. But it's kind of the color is a little bit yellowish, right? It's not clear.
But for me, I think 石库门 mostly for 大老爷们儿. It's not for ladies. We don't really drink 石库门. Wines or beers, like more like light.
Vodka. Woman in Shanghai crazy.
Sometimes, but not too crazy. I'm not too crazy about it. But it's always good to try something new and try something, especially with friends.
Yeah.
It's not to drink like a crazy, but just have a little pressure.
Yeah, Shanghai is a city like very, I guess, almost most Western in whole China.
Yeah.
Right? People, they call it 小资. How to translate 小资 in English?
Oh my god, Bordeaux. C'est the Bordeaux.
Not little capitalism.
Whatever you say is right.
Small,
okay, whatever
small capital.
Mr. Fei was saying, it's always right.
What is the name that you just mentioned?
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux. That's a
Bordeaux, I think it's a French, but I learned it from English.
That means 小资 means.
Yeah, I remember it's a Bordeaux.
Like a middle class.
But maybe I'm wrong.
Little,
that's been a while I didn't speak any English, so now it's mostly French in Montreal and.
Yeah, that's great.
English.
Actually, I want to know a little bit about you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
But you didn't know me?
I know
enough.
A little bit, but not. Seriously, not enough. I guess.
Go ahead.
I know you graduated from the Shanghai Foreign Languages
It's
School.
called Shanghai International Studies University, but that's quite a while ago.
Yeah. You were learning English as well, French as a major, right?
No, not French. It's what we call that. It's a translation. It's the Master of Translation. So that was 2005 to 2008. That's a master.
That's 2005, and that's only 3 years.
That's a master.
Oh, that's okay. So you graduate like 2005, right? After that, you kind of continue the master. Right?
Yes.
So you are exposing your age.
Oh, it's fine. I don't really mind. I don't think girls have to hide that, like
So you get to school, the university in 2001, right?
2000. It's 2000. But because I worked 1 year after that, I come back. Yes.
So 2000 to 2004.
Mm-hmm. Why you calculate that?
Because,
doesn't matter.
No, because like for me it's like I went to the university in 1997.
Yeah, you told me. Yes.
I'm like 3 years. Before
3 years. Yeah.
That's that's the major. The master is translation. How about the bachelor degree?
Bachelor is English.
English?
Yes.
What's the English and translation? Are they the same thing? Or?
No, it's totally different. It's like master. It's English literature. So you're talking about like learning the literature thing, the Shakespeare, like the romantic things, streams of consciousness.
My wife is the same.
A translation is something kind of professional to do a translating all this kind of documents in different. Categories like it's more practical.
Okay, more academic.
And we have oral like simultaneous.
Oh, that's simultaneous.
And
really
consecutive.
Really high-paid job, right?
And also written translation. So it's very very categorized.
No wonder your language is a lot better than me.
I'm totally not into it. When I went to the Institute of Interpretation and Translation, I didn't give a damn. I don't really like it. What I like is something romantic, something passionate. So you know what? The first year I went to the institute. I told my dean said, "Oh, can I quit? I want to go somewhere else to study something that I'm really passionate about."
Like
he said,
acting.
Don't be kidding, babe. Don't be kidding. It's difficult to get into our institute. Are you insane?
Yeah, seriously, your school is amazing. Like
because the Institute of Interpretation and Translation at that time is difficult to get in. It's not like it's kind of difficult, but I don't really appreciate it.
But you have to have a certificate or something with a kind of huge seal on it to make you like kind of valuable.
No, you have a certificate, a special different certificate after you graduated, but I don't really appreciate when I was studying, I didn't feel my passion.
Okay.
So that's the tricky part.
That's cool.
Hello.
Yeah, I can put here. Okay, great.
Thank you. Wow, looks great.
And that's Edamame.
That's for what?
That's for the shells.
Ah, okay.
Okay, you can try.
Okay.
Let's
try again.
Yeah, this is just simple. It's just boil.
Yeah.
It's a frozen and then boil.
Nice, very nice.
Just fresh, right? Just So between 2004 and 5, you worked for 1 year. What were you what's your job like that time?
At that moment, I did 1 year import export, but I don't think
around that time was kind of difficult. It's difficult for the graduates to find a job.
No, not really.
Really? I thought it was 2000. I graduated 2001. That year was a good year. 2002, they graduated. 2002 was hard. Maybe 2003 hard. Maybe the time 2004 was getting better. Maybe
it depends the regions, and you know, that's fine. So
did you get the Shanghai Hukou right away?
No, that's from when I went to went into the program of my master, and I started to have the Hukou. After graduation, you have to apply for it.
But
so it's 2008.
When you have the master degree from the Shanghai University, automatically you can.
But no, my bachelor was not in Shanghai. My bachelor is in Nanjing.
Oh, Nanjing. Nanjing 外国语学院.
No, 林业大学.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of forest, a lot of landscape, beautiful thing. The best major is forestry and landscape design. You know, it's totally no one knows what is English.
I'm from Jiangsu. I know that. I'm from Jiangsu.
But it's a very beautiful campus. It's an amazing place to be yourself.
It's kind of suburbs. In suburbs.
Not really. It's in Xinzhuang. It's in Xinzhuang. It's not too suburb. It's just next to the bus station called Dongzhan, right? Did you know that?
Probably several of them, but I guess the city expanded a lot. That's why kind of.
But I really feel that it's a pity that they lost the forestry. Later in the years, I came back to the campus. I saw that they already cut a lot of woods. You know, cut a lot of trees. Thank you. But anyway, why we have to scratch down to the surface to talk about that? That's a while ago. That's a long time ago.
Because I really interested about the university education. Like
me?
Yeah, I got lucky because I learned computer science.
Okay.
That's a kind of a ticket to kind of an office, like an IT job. So,
okay. But university, you know, it's like an open space for you to find who you're gonna be really.
Yeah.
Because you know, in the early years, we all know that in China, we don't really have the time to find who we are. In your middle school, it's no way study.
Yeah,
always
but university is the first time you have the freedom, right? Even
you have
dating
to,
as well. Like
yeah.
A lot of guys. A lot of people date in.
Yeah, that's right. And also, you have to find who you are and which kind of role you're taking, right?
I guess you must be very popular there.
I was popular.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a lot of guys after you, right? Chasing a dream.
I don't know. Yeah. Yes, there are people who are chasing after. It's always like it's no surprise. Every girl's like that. You're not too special. But
in our university, we have the engineering school, university. Very, very few girls in the class, so we went other schools, other universities to find girls.
Yeah. Oh, yes, because you have too many guys, right?
Yeah, too many boys in the class. We have 22 boys, 22 guys, and 6 girls. 6 girls, they're doing pretty well, I guess. I tried to talk to them, but I don't think they're like talking to me at all. So.
Do you have to check that the dishes are in the camera? Because I'm not sure if you have to check it to make sure that everything's okay.
No, see all of them.
Inside?
Right in the middle, yeah.
Perfect.
That's the line you can see.
Nice.
That's amazing. I know you more now. That's the purpose of this.
That's not important.
No,
that's all the histories.
That's how you become you.
But I have been a determined person when I was even younger. It's like I know what I would like to do, and if I am determined, I'm just gonna go. It's I'm always like that.
I'm a laid back guy, so that's why I see a crazy woman. I will call you a crazy woman.
Crazy woman.
Because 女强人 strong woman, right? How to translate strong woman?
女强人应该是 dragon lady 吧
？Dragon lady.
Dragon lady 叫。
That's like a Game of Thrones.
Dragon lady 是。
The dragon mom.
Okay, whatever you call.
You saw the the Game of Thrones.
A lot of people think like 女强人 is a bad word to describe, but I think it's good. I don't really mind, but because we all kind of being strong in different ways.
Yeah, strong.
Sometimes you don't have any choice. Other choices, if not, you're just gonna like losing or.
I always see the women in China overall, like they have more power than men. I guess.
But because
even
last
in the Olympics, Chinese team, the women's team, they always outperform guys, right?
But I was always, because last time when we were filming for you, and you were talking about your family and your mom was also special. It's very, very special in a way. It's very strong.
My mom is amazing. She does not talk much, and I guess the social skills.
Strength of being quiet.
Yeah, strength being quiet. Exactly. She just does the work for the whole family. She does not talk much, and I guess social skills, she's a little bit below the average.
I cannot say that.
But she's, after so many years, she gained respect from relatives, the family members, everybody across the board.
Yeah.
So that's how you gain the respect.
I'll try this. You want to try this? You'll try it all the time, so now I'm gonna try mine.
So. But like strong woman.
Hey, it's difficult. It's first time for me to talk at the same time we eat. Yeah. It's difficult.
And the sound will be true. As I probably told you last time, it depends on how much I explained myself to you last time. How much how many secrets I told you? No, how many secrets I told you already in the university time. That's my lowest point of my whole life.
Yeah, told me about that.
Yeah. That's why the girl like you in the university would be like super like popular, but then I would be on the other end of the spectrum, like super like have the feeling of inferior.
The university is just the first step that letting us to go out to see who we are. It's not the determination. It's not the destination. It's just the beginning of trying to, let's see, I can do this, or maybe I can try this. Yeah. So it's just the beginning. I don't think it's something that can be too exaggerated to say, wow, you were popular at that time and then you're going to be successful. No, not at all.
I did not think of any of that, but I was thinking of like something I felt like mistreated or something. You
told me last time.
It was really low time for me. So I was conscious of the social status at the time. Had no money there, and relatively poorest in the same class. Almost everybody. So make me self-conscious a lot. Very, very self-conscious at that time. Very unhappy, almost angry young person.
Yeah, you told me.
2008, that's Olympics.
Yeah, that's the year of Olympics. And 2006, I was in the States. We have a travel and work program in the States from the university, and then I was in Orlando working as an interpreter, and also in the hotel. That's in the hotel. So I worked in the housekeeping department. We're trying to solve the dispute from the client. Okay. And sometimes we do something other things like housekeeping, like at your service, whatever in the hospital, like in the hotels you're gonna do. I remember there at that moment, the States, people in the States, a lot of people traveling to Orlando read like Chinese novels, but it's that old-fashioned novel, like paperbacks.
Foreign guys, American.
Yeah, so we're talking about
classic.
Yes, but no, it's not classics. It's mostly they wrote. I remember they read like the Great Earth. Do you remember that the Great Earth? Like the paperbacks wrote it. That's a famous U.S. writer who spent a long time living in China. And Zhenjiang.
Okay, that's the Zhenjiang vinegar. That's the.
And they don't really know what's a contemporary China is really look like, you know. So at that moment, there are people asking me, do Chinese guys do you have a chapeau like chapeau chinois?
Yeah.
I said no, not at all, because that's in Qing Dynasty.
Yeah.
So people in 2006 in the
That's
States,
right,
they even didn't know
right?
China is the China now. We are totally different.
Yeah.
And that's an important part. It's important information. And if you check the TV, there are almost no international news except in Canada or like London, what is going on, or the Europe. Nothing about China. So let's say like medias are very responsible for you know, what is happening now, because the public didn't know anything about modern contemporary China. Canada is better.
Yeah, Canada is much
way better.
So
yes, but the States, you can not imagine that people were just totally.
You know, when they're on the top, they don't look down. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm. But people basically they're friendly. They told me that they want to go to the Beijing Olympics to see.
I leave it here. So yeah, exactly. Some countries like especially when you are the the status like the United States, when you're on the top, you seriously don't look like you check the feelings of the countries, or they're not your level, right?
Yeah.
Like the rich people, they don't understand the poor people how they live.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you eat some meat? We don't have meat. Why don't you drink some champagne when you feel uneasy? You know, we don't have champagne. You know, for them, it's it's there's they say like the like what is the hierarchy thing even the office, like they said, the management system, the top and the bottom people, it's like a lot of monkeys in the tree. Have you heard that? A lot of monkeys in the tree, and then like when the monkey on the top look at the monkeys underneath, so the monkeys see all the smiling faces, right? Like all the people working for you, you look at them there. You know, they see all the smiles.
That's very sharp.
Yeah, but when the monkeys on the bottom look up to see the monkeys above, they only see assholes. You see, it's different. You look up, when the people look down and you look up, you see different things. That's how the society functions.
That's right. In 2006, I still remember that every week there's a report on gun crime in the States. It's very often.
Even today.
But at this time, the international society, we didn't even know that, because only in the States they have report from CNN. And not a lot of people in the rest of the world know that the States has been crazy with the gun crimes and the shooting everywhere.
How do you eat the rice? We put it in the serving plate.
Comme ça?
Yeah.
I just use it like this.
There's several ways.
Just eat like this. That's the traditional way.
Yeah, I know, and it's full, and then it's falling off.
I'm gonna try the traditional. Look at that! What I wear for Mr. For Mr. Fei today, I just wear with the Chinese style, and to make sure that.
Is that name for that kind of?
Tangzhuang. That's a tangzhuang.
Why don't you wear it in red? That would be.
That's cool in black.
Black is cool. Yeah.
More cool. It's like a modern dragon ladies like this.
I thought everything is red, like red like blood. Like, let's get married. Seriously, we put like the red. You have red. I wear red. You wear red. We put the character in the background. Let's take a picture, okay? Right? It's typical photo on the marriage certificate. It's not bad, right?
It's very good.
It's 鱼香肉丝. I need to try 鱼香肉丝. But when you saw that time, the West did not understand or did not even report China, the real China. So you wanted to kind of spread the word? Oh.
At the moment, I was doing my master's. I was not too I was like thinking, they didn't really know much about us. And basically, people who study in translations, a lot of people going to work in the transcultural sections, like diplomatic sections.
Also, you meet a lot of important people, right? The big figures.
Depends on what you want.
Rich people or the politicians.
You meet a lot of people who are very fake.
Yeah. And the people who need translation, maybe some people, they did not get too much education, Stupid officials.
What? No.
Why don't you spend some time learning English? You don't need to translate. For some business people or the important people, if they have.
But later, I found translation. But before at the beginning, at the level of being a student, you don't really know the real essence of being a translator. Later, that translation is not simply spreading the word, making communication happen. It's more than that. Translation is trying to manipulating all this situation to make sure that the negotiation functions. Because
seriously,
yes, exactly.
If one side like cursed, you don't translate that bad word.
It depends what conclusion you want to go.
Really?
Yes.
I think you have that kind of room to kind of.
It's really something concrete. You have to depend on the situation. If it's a project, it's a commercial project. I have been a lot of situations in the commercial project. It's finally the translators to handle the situation wisely. If not, they're gonna fight.
If they want to fight, let them fight. One side doing this, you said he said okay. You cannot do that.
It's not a perfect strategy, but for me, I think the strategy I took, I don't want them fight. I want them sit down and make things happen.
Okay, but they get the wrong signal though.
They get wrong signal?
Maybe the other side get the wrong signal because the one side was really angry, like all the cursing word, like swearing, and then the other side keeps smiling. Hey, yeah, it's
not too crazy like this.
Like what I learned English at the beginning, I could not understand. The other side, they told me something I did not understand. I said, yeah, like that.
You know what? Even though
that's misunderstanding.
People don't speak English or people don't speak Chinese, they can tell roughly what's going on with the face, right? And when you're trying to not too crazy to translate directly, they will see what's going on, but they will understand why I did this. No one is an idiot. So they're trying to make things happen, to move on everything, and they will just hold up and then discuss the details.
If I'm the translator, I would say if one side says SOB, I would tell them SOB. That would be fun.
That's also a strategy. I don't need to say that it's not acceptable. I think it's acceptable, but it's again, everyone takes a different strategy when you are in this situation. Because and also it depends.
I don't know what's the right word for SOB in Chinese though.
SOB?
Yeah, SOB.
谁叫 SOB?
SOB, son of a bitch. In Chinese, let me.
But in commercial situations, we don't.
No, in Chinese,
we don't talk.
Oh, seriously?
Hey, it's not fair. Why it's always the mothers suffer? It's like, you know what? It's always the mother suffers. Mothers are the great. The cursing words. Why with the mothers, not with the dads?
Yeah, because they are dumb. They don't care. They are dumb. Whatever you say, I don't care.
Yeah.
It could be the reason. Because you don't hurt them. When you curse, you want to hurt the outside. But the daddies, nobody cares about daddies. Daddies can die. They can work hard. They die. They disappear by accident. One day the daddy does not come home. It's okay. Let's find another daddy. Not important. And you curse about them. They don't care. They're still smiling, and they play cards, watching TV, watching a game. They do not care. So it does not have the impact. So you did not hurt people enough. That's why they stop using it, I guess.
You're exaggerating.
I guess, yeah, they're dumb. They don't have the sensitivity of something coming at them. It's not bad. That's the 鱼香肉丝, the sweet spicy pork strips.
I tried it.
The changing version is really good.
Changing version?
Yeah,
This is the updated version?
This version I don't know what's coming from, because this one, a lot of versions in China, and then you just threw.
That's your version.
Yeah. The basic stuff is the wood ear, the bamboo shoots.
Yeah.
Those things, it would be a.
But this one's also good. That's a long time I didn't try this.
Yeah, 第三鲜. It's mild. It's a very mild and very well accepted, widely accepted by a lot of customers. That's like Cantonese food here, very popular because it's mild, and the local population, local people, they accept them because the Sichuan food is a little bit too much for some folks. That's why
too strong, right?
Yeah, dim sum place. You have in Montreal, you have 3 big ones. They are very, very popular.
So later in the stage, I realized that the translation, everyone is a translator. When you come across with something, you always have to analyze and take an action, right? It's a kind of interpretation.
It's like everybody's artist, including myself. I think myself an artist. I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to paint, but I'm an artist in my heart.
Yes, I'm sure.
I'm a serious artist. I see work differently from a lot of people.
But I think it's very treacherous experience of being a translator, interpreter in the early years, which helps me to understand, to analyze from different angles to see things, which helps me moving on my career into my TV industry, which is very important when you're trying to handle a big project and you have to handle all these kind of relations. And it's really, it helps me a lot.
When you see a fake person, let's play fake, right?
Yes, you go extremes. Like this one's so fake and this one is so true, and then just make it together. It's splash. It's like amazing.
You enjoy that?
I enjoy it. I appreciate every kind of aspect of people. I think it's really important to show different ways. Because
the first time you saw me, probably this guy is naive.
No, he's very special.
Special is a bad word.
Special means
this
unique.
Is a special kid.
No, that's your Chinese English. It was like special is just unique and different.
Yeah.
It's very important to be different, right?
Guess so. So, like, what year you became like a TV host in Shanghai?
I'm not TV host. I was back then, 2011. I was a reporter and a director of talk show. My title is not host because it depends. But you you're hosting things, of course. But your title, official title in the TV, is not host. It's reporter. Reporter means like for the news program. And director means you do like talk shows or like interviews, and then you are the person to handle all these kind of things, to invite guests and plan the scripts, prepare rundowns, and at the filming day, like this today is a filming day, you make sure that every technical details is clarified, and the person is there and book the meals for the guests.
Really?
Yeah, everything. It's like it's like a homekeeper. It's like everything you have to care about it. And if you and even because at the moment time, at that time our talk show we have audience about 20 audience at the spot. So you have to warm up the audience because the audience.
It's not a 非诚勿扰, right?
No.
The dating.
No, not to crazy like that. Because the audience, you have to warm them up because they are showing up in the camera. Everyone was like looking like
slow,
it's difficult. Someone was doing this, and someone was doing whatever. It's 2 hours.
They're professionals or like they're
amateurs. They're amateurs. They're just sometimes students, some neighborhood. They're coming because we do a lot of promotions to recruiting audience members as well. Before each episode was filmed. So they were just coming at a day, and then is sitting there for 2-3 hours, or even 4-5 hours. That's very, it's a long time. It's not 5 minutes, and they didn't talk. They just stay there. If if the guest speaker was talking about something they are not interested in, they're gonna be dying, or they're gonna
have to accommodate them.
I have to warm up every time before we started to everyone
like you are the teacher in the kindergarten.
It's a warming up. It's a warming up process.
That's why you're so hyped. Like I like you doing this. Like the first time I said, that's kind of lady.
That's very you have to do everything to warm others up. And I'm very used to what do you call that?
High energy.
That's you don't have any choices, right? But I'm very used to be meeting people with cold faces, because my work was always meeting people to make them happy or make them lighting up.
I guess you are on the higher frequency. As well. You are on a higher frequency. Like we move like this, you move like this.
Because you have to multitasking a lot of things at the same time.
It's amazing.
You always have to have a plan B, because plan A sometimes didn't work. Plan B is always there, because if not,
had a COVID, could not show up.
That's very normal.
They did not have COVID.
No, because sometimes the guest speakers didn't show up on the time, even though you double check, triple check before the filming, and sometimes they have some accidents or anything emergency happening, they didn't come. So you have to have a plan B,
like hijacked by
and discuss with the host how can we handle this. Even because we have 3 parts, so if you miss one person, you have to change the scripts and everything rundown. You have to do it again.
Like you are responsible for scripts as well.
Yes, I do everything.
That's crazy.
That's why I'm so mighty.
That's really some kind of crazy.
Because you're a general director of everything. Yes.
But they call it producer, not producer.
Producer is the person to view the final video.
So is somebody not doing anything?
It's not doing anything. He's like, she or he can give ideas. He can say.
It's the real boss, right? Producer is
no,
the real boss.
Producer, it depends. Producer in the section of commercial, like TV commercial, or in the section of TV is totally 2 different concepts. Okay. Producers, like independent producers, they like trying to find the money for the project. But in TV stations, Chinese national TV stations, their major role is to review their videos, review the episode, to make sure it's politically correct.
It's not.
And the content is good.
It's good, Otherwise, you cannot pass.
And you don't need to. She or she don't need to do anything, but the director do everything. It's like totally.
It's like a project manager. Project manager is the guy to blame.
Yes, exactly.
That's the real thing.
It's like a project manager. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but the TV station is, what's the difference between Dongfang Weishi and the Shanghai Weishi? Is that different, or is it 2 different channels? The Dongfang Weishi or
Dongfang is mostly cable, like it's for local. Okay. Shanghai is the what do you call that? Satellite. So they have has let me see.
But they are on the
dozen channels.
They are on the cable providers
as well. So some channels are on the cable as well. Sometimes some of them 2 or 3 they're national.
But if you are living in Shanghai, you probably see all these channels,
everything.
Right?
Yes.
Use all these channels.
With the logo a little bit different, but
so
now
which one is bigger, like the national, the Shanghai Weishi or the Dongfang Weishi?
Shanghai Weishi.
Shanghai Weishi is bigger. Okay.
I work in one channel called International Channel Shanghai, which is only airing in English and Japanese. We only have but after 2015, everything changed because there are a lot of them cut. And now we only have an English news program, and another, I remember it's for the films, international films. That's it. So before we have a lot of different kind of programs.
But the shows you were doing, like that was in English.
The English show.
That's even more difficult.
No, that's the same thing.
But the mindset sometimes, so it's in your mind when you plan things, that will be in English or in Chinese?
Mindset?
Mindset, the 思维, it's like, how do you think? You think
it's the same thing, but if you have to do details, like you write down scripts and the same thing.
But for me,
the only thing is that only the client or the guests that you approach are mostly have to be perfectly bilingual or perfectly English, native speakers. So at that age, I'm about 20-something, 28, 29. I decided to do that. And the person that I approached are very high end. That helps me to do a real conversation. For me, conversations are most likely with friends or equal, right? But at that age, with the high level person, it's difficult to get equal, the feeling of equal.
And also,
but which helps you to be not afraid of talking to anyone. So I really appreciate the experience that I had.
That's amazing. But like the way I English thinking of the Chinese, because in the beginning or the lot of years into my English learning, if I think of anything, I still think of like planning in Chinese, and then in my head I will think of something in Chinese. Then when I say it, I will translate in my head to translate in English, like to. But somehow, like one time, or I guess several years ago, when I had spent a lot of time watching TV English and also read,
which helps you too.
Read books in English. Sometimes even had English dreams, like dreams in English. Like when I said something in English in the dream.
That's an echo from the TV, maybe.
Yeah, that time I realized like maybe my English is not that bad anymore.
No, not at all.
It's like when
you can deliver your own ideas. Let's go.
In the dream, like in English, that scared me. Like, look, betrayed my ancestor. Like, it's betrayed the Chinese tradition. So seriously, several years ago, like the first time or several times,
your English is not bad at all. I told you.
It's kind of betraying my Chinese pride, the tradition, like Confucius. You know, that old.
Because I know that you are mostly from a little bit northern than me, so I don't know, your way of growing up, the environment is more traditional than.
Which city you were born?
Tongxiang. Tongxiang belongs to Jiaxing. Zhejiang. So for me, my family was not too traditional.
That's the problem. All the women from Zhejiang, I met a lot of them, like in the restaurant. They all look pretty. That's not fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, a lot of the Hangzhou, Jiaxing, like Zhejiang, like even the like 7 cities in Jiangsu, they all look pretty nice.
Yes, that's right, because Zhejiang has a lot of beauties.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like everyone's very beautiful. Yes, for sure.
But that's in Chinese people's vision, like the girls from there, women from there, pretty. But when you go to the West, the standard could be very different. They say the Western, they said they're face blind, right? Like, so they don't tell the difference between people, Chinese people. They all the similar face.
They actually tell. It depends on the person, because
so that gave me a lot of hope. I think probably for a bunch of group of foreigners, like Western people, like probably they look at us the same level of beauty.
Yeah, but I don't really mind. I think you're a good-looking guy.
Well, that's because before I had a lot of bad. I really feel really kind of bad about my look. You know, coming here, like people, they don't care the looks that much, or they don't tell the difference. So that gave me really a lot of hope. They, like your face, my face, probably some of them, I'm prettier than you.
We don't need to exaggerate too much with the beauty. Like, I hate the standard of beauty. We don't really need to have a standard. But in our mind,
I really like being superficial.
We have a benchmark of being beautiful or not.
That's the first
but
impression.
In the Western country, I think being unique is more important, and being diversified is more important than being a standard.
Tomorrow, if I draw a turtle on my forehead, probably that would be unique. So people will say,
"You're always unique, Faye. I told you, you're always unique."
Draw a turtle here.
You talk whatever you want. It's always unique.
And then say, "Oh, you're so pretty, unique." I think, probably we'll get more business for the restaurant. So tomorrow I'm gonna do something on my face.
Yeah.
So when
go try it.
When customer come in, they say, "Oh, this is a nice restaurant. I need to come next time too."
Tattoo restaurant.
Yeah. Seriously, it's like, do you feel like sometimes? I guess for me, I don't have high understand the really good feel about my face. But for you, like I think you are
容貌焦虑. You were talking about 容貌焦虑吗?
No, I'm wondering, like I think you look pretty good, right? Pretty. And then are you conscious of that kind of, it's kind of...
From when I was younger?
Yeah, like I know I'm pretty, so I walk the way I walk. I
don't know.
Talk the way I talk.
I had a debate with a bunch of my friends, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, about is it beautiful? Is it important for you?
You said it's not important.
I think it's not. But everyone said, yes, everyone said, because you're beautiful, you are already take the profit of being beautiful, and you didn't realize it.
That's why the rich people don't know our poor people, how do we survive every day,
But you can never
saying, the money is not important.
You can never understand like the awkwardness that the beautiful person has. Because
I really want to experience that.
People who are good looking want to show they are also at the same time capable in work or in life.
That's not even fair.
That's not fair that you are talking about you're beautiful, so you don't need to work and you get everything that you deserve it.
Yeah,
that's not true. I hate the feeling like that.
The problem if the good looking girl or guy, if they put the same amount of effort as like the regular people, and then that put another advantage over the regular people, that's not even fair. I think that's the problem of the society. When you are running in the front, you need to stop and wait a little bit, okay? And Elon Musk says, money is not important. It's not something you pursue in your life. Your life has other meanings, and then you have a family to raise, and then you have mortgage to pay, and you worry about the job. Yeah, exactly. And then you say, this guy said money is not important.
Money is important.
200
I think money can solve 90% of the problems that we have in our life, right? Yeah. There's something that we cannot solve by money, but
and a pretty woman talked to another, not very ugly, some girls, right? Don't worry, people don't care about the looks. You look great, right? Because we haven't been there, so we cannot understand how the people being there, how do they
exactly
feel.
And if you really like in a not completely different situation, you have other concerns, that's for sure.
So you answered your question already. Yeah.
But I debated with my friend, then I realized that maybe I took already these advantages, but I have new concerns, I have new problems, and they don't really realize.
Yeah, another concern is I have millions. How do I spend them responsibly?
But beauty
I have too much money. I'm too pretty. How do I deal with guys all over me, everywhere?
But you know what? Nowadays, at our age, looking good is not at all with the skin, right? It's mostly the energy and the passion and the love in your eyes, which is the most important.
Yeah, and when you look at the ugly person, and then
they are ugly not because they're not good looking, they're because they're not passionate in their eyes.
They have such a beautiful soul. I really want to make friends with you. Right? You go to the street, find a really ugly person, you want to go, oh, you have such nice soul. Let's go and have a free dinner. I invite you.
That's also possible. I have to say, it's also possible that like looking miserable, but he has a wonderful eyes.
Yeah, seriously, I think really the people's mind is the most beautiful thing ever in the world, because you never know how do they think.
Yes.
What do they think?
Yes, exactly.
The ideas they have is really amazing. Some people, like regular people or some pretty people, they have their ideas about something or their caring. It's really amazing.
Right.
It's in Chinese we say 话不投机半句多. If you don't have common language, even you don't want to have any short sentence of conversation, 九分知己千杯少. If you find somebody, the soulmate, you can drink thousands of cups of Chinese liquor. That's exaggeration, but that means like you can drink forever. That's kind of the ideas, the minds are beautiful. It's
why your eggplant is so good.
Yeah, that's the
so good.
Caramelized, right? It's called caramelized. So how many years do you work in the TV business?
It's 4 or 5 years. Yeah. From 2011 to 2014, 15.
So you learned a lot from that experience.
I ran, yes.
But why did you decide to leave? Because of the programs or the?
I didn't have freedoms to do what I want.
Freedom is a very tricky thing.
Yes, for sure. But freedom is also important for me.
You know, as a IT engineer, we have a WeChat group, like all the programs working IT. Most popular topics in the WeChat group is like financial freedom.
In our financial analysis questionnaire, we also ask clients, because now I'm a conseiller financier. We ask a client, what's your ideal status of being financially free?
I guess that's the fake idea you want to sell. Always
fake idea?
Yeah, always trick people. Yeah, you know, you can retire at 39. Yeah.
But everyone has a dream to retire earlier, or have a happy retired life.
That's worrisome though, because when you have,
if
you retire too early and you have food, you have a lot of energy.
Yes.
But you don't have to work. That's scary too. And you know, in Chinese it's called 无事生非. If you don't have nothing, you can create trouble. You have nothing to do, you create trouble. 无事生非. That's why, like my little theory is like, if you want a couple to be stable, always make each other work. You know, the wife, especially the housewife, make the housewife go out to work, so they don't have a lot of time to think about crazy ideas to torture you.
I have to say that you live in concept very traditional. Housewife for me, I don't really have a lot of. My mom work all the time, and my family.
I take back what I said.
You
politically correct.
But I have to say, down the French. Sorry. So if you were talking about like the financially, we have to think mostly in beforehand. We're getting too old to prepare enough money to let us live a happy life after retirement. That's very practical.
But after retirement, what will?
You don't need to worry. So before you retire, you have to plan your financial budget.
But after
retirement, you have to calculate. If I live to 19 years old, how much money I have to prepare for me myself. This is, you can calculate about in advance.
For example, you have a good retirement for 20 years. But what happens? You die or not?
But you calculate, but you have to know yourself at the moment. If I die at, let's say, 80 years, how much money I need after retirement. If I live into 100 years old, how much money I need. Because here everyone is independent. Yeah. You cannot rely on your family to raise you. So you have to calculate your own. But from my experience,
why can't we, when we're 70 years old, why can't we just find like go to the Fairview Mall, some mall like has heating in the winter, air conditioning
you can do that.
In the summer, and bring a book.
You can do that. You have your some
and then we read
freedom.
Books for 20 years and we die peacefully.
But you don't need to eat. You don't need to do something groceries.
McDonald's and a food bank.
But do you want to keep your like same level of like life? But you have to calculate all that. Everything can be calculated.
We are so rich in the mind. We read books every day for 20 years.
You can do that. You can do that.
And that's why we talk about beautiful minds, you know.
Yeah,
that's my retirement plan. And living on $1 a day.
But only you have to be sure that you're healthy enough.
No, we all die. Even you are healthy, you all die.
Yeah, but before dying,
that's the biggest reset.
If you suffer from a critical illness, how do you do that? You cannot go to realize your dreams, reading book every day in the.
Let's practice Buddhism.
You can also try different ways
just sit there
to find the solutions to live better.
You have liver cancer, you have.
But we have to calculate how much. This is maybe plan B, plan C. You have to calculate different things.
For me, just.
That's my kind of concept of thinking from different angles. Of course, we have to try different things to let us live better, like Buddhism, or maybe you have to do Shan or do Taoism, or reading books, making friends, having fun, laugh together.
Another solution.
Financially, you have to get prepared as well.
Actually, I have a good solution for that. One day, for example, you are 55 years old, you find out the balance on your bank account is 0. And then the best solution is let's stop right there.
Then you suicide?
Exactly. End game. Because everybody has to earn. That's the fair thing, very equal. Is everybody gonna die? Doesn't matter you rich. It depends. The difference will be like you kind of, when you are super rich, probably you live 10 years longer. Like you on all the crazy medicine, the new cells they can generate. They give you a injection. You kind of magically the cells kind of reverse the process, kind of generate the new things. You look much better than the organs gonna regenerate stuff. Kind of.
Canada, I have to say, is a great society because insurance company even pays you when you suicide.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
You know that.
I have that. That's why I have the life insurance. They said up to years.
Yes,
even,
exactly.
That's why. That's my contribution to my wife. Like if one day you need money, come on, I give you money right away. That's good.
But in China, it's not possible.
But also, you cannot buy the insurance for too much. If you get 5 million or 2 million, and sometimes you don't have to commit suicide, and you could be killed by your wife and to take the money.
Yeah, that's possible as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm so smart. I did not buy so much. I just bought a little bit to pay off the remaining mortgage on the house.
You're cheap, son.
Yeah, you have to be smart. Sometimes the guys, some stupid guys, they say, I'm very nice to my wife. I want to take care of my wife, and I buy the life insurance for like $5 million to make sure like after I die, my wife can live a really good life with $5 million. But probably if you put $5 million on the life insurance, maybe your wife wants to live a little bit early. You know, want to die a little bit early, like when she is still young and she has $5 million from your death. Probably she can plan something like that.
That's also possible. Yeah. So again, that's the plan A, plan B, plan C. You have to think of different angles.
Yeah, that's why don't buy the insurance more than the mortgage, the remaining on your mortgage.
If you want to buy, just come to me to ask. I can give you a lot of details about how can you buy, how do you plan this.
Yeah, exactly. Buy a certain amount to be responsible for the family, but not too much to be a incentive.
But I think that we have a lot of concept, like not good concept for the insurance, because like before when I was in China, my parents bought insurance for me, and they even didn't know what is it.
Really?
They just think, oh, paying like 10 years and you got money back, or you can this and that. But they even didn't know why I buy 2 million or 10 million. But basically, we have to calculate before you decide how much you're gonna buy, because it's not like if you buy amount that it's not enough to cover your payment or debt. That's not enough. If you too much, as you said, your wife gonna kill you.
You cannot sleep. You cannot sleep if you buy so much for the life insurance. But that's serious. After 2 years, you can commit suicide, and then still they pay. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the ultimate love.
But every time my clients like they bought insurance for me, don't do that. Even you want to talk to me, even you get money, talk to me. Don't suicide.
Suicide that's the true love, you know. If you have if you are in the financial trouble and you have buy the life insurance and then you commit suicide, that's the true love. That's the beauty of life, beauty of the mind.
Boy.
But actually, why did you leave right after you left the TV station? You came to Canada? Or?
That's in 2013. I came to Toronto to do a documentary about overseas Chinese in Toronto.
Oh, if you have seen
representing my TV station, representing my channel, and I did a documentary here. And then I had a chance to visit Montreal, and I feel that I love Montreal. That's a very special city. I was remember I was in Place des Arts. I watched the 2 or 3 spectacles, and it's very different from what I felt in Toronto. So I decided to maybe I was gonna move or seriously thinking about moving to Montreal. At that time,
that was 13, right?
Yes, I didn't. I only know a single word called bonjour, nothing else.
Really? I thought you had.
My second language was German.
Okay.
But I already forgot it now. like you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like for the university, you major in English.
You have a second foreign
language.
I only remember.
French, yeah. My wife was French.
Okay,
that was a lucky choice.
That's nice.
Yeah, lucky choice.
And then after that, you pick up it faster.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I only remember the German. I only remember one sentence called "Ich gratuliere Ihnen alles gut." Ça veut dire I wish you all the best. Because at that time,
people went best.
It's from the textbook. I remember because when we were younger, we were learning English or French. Did you have a way to memorize it? We memorized the textbook.
Yeah, actually, do you know we
That's a good way.
In university we learn English. We call it 留意 5,000. 留意 the vocabulary. Memorize the
I remember it.
Yeah,
I remember.
Like 3,000 is basic, 5,000, and then 10,000 words.
I never take that. I never take the method of memorizing words in this way. I never do it.
That's why you are pro.
It's crazy.
I passed the
you can't
level
remember
4.
It like that.
Like you got the professional 8, right? 8 grade.
Yeah, you have to take 8. Yes, but it's totally depend on how did you learn. It's always the method matters. Everyone's the same.
So what attracts you the Montreal is the culture, the
culture, the feeling, the artistic feelings,
and relaxing, and the low pace, right? It's more relaxed.
Yeah. At that point, comparing with Shanghai, totally.
Toronto is like Shanghai sometimes. You feel Toronto is like some big Chinese city. I've been there 2 months only. Then that's why I never like rich people. Like Toronto, like a rich city. I don't like the rich people. Rich city. So I really like Montreal.
Yeah, I had enough in Shanghai because Shanghai is like
big.
I hate it. I know you had enough. You know what it is, and you know the levels and the limit, and what do you really like, what do you don't like.
So that time, 2013, you like Montreal already. You liked Montreal.
Yes, that's the year I first time came to Montreal. In 2014, I came to Montreal. For second time, I'm trying to settle down. And that's a beginning to learn with everyone like the same as learning French. Learning French. Terrible French.
Did you go through the coffee thing? You said coffee, right?
At that time, I was still a student. I didn't have At that time, the policy didn't allow us to use the coffee kind of class programs. Yes. And just when you paid money to go to Lhasa College, I remember, and they have French classes, and like starting from zero, really from zero. And after that, like 5-6 months, I think it's too expensive for me. Every month you have to pay a lot, and I myself tried to see what level I had already. So I got B1 at the moment.
That's crazy. It's really
good. Come on, it's only exam. It does not mean that you can talk, you can do in your daily life.
But the way you work on everything, your mentality is kind of tough, strong woman, and then you can take that for
I'm not too strong. Yeah. Learning language, I'm very lazy, but
you know that when you realize it's important to you, then you kind of
I try to use it all the time.
Exactly.
This is the way to use all the time. It's not I read every day crazy. Like I use all the time trying to use it, and I try to create environment to use it. This is the method I always have with my language learning. Every language I did like this, and if that takes a couple of years, my French is still medium, not too crazy. Sometimes forget and then going back to learn a little bit and then coming up. And to this year, last year was still bad. This year is better because I get into the enterprise because you have no other choices. Talk every day. Talk
That's amazing.
With the clients, it's always French. Only Chinese clients with Chinese, and which is also good. It's also a way to stimulate yourself. You have no other choices excepting using the language.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like actually I started learning French earlier than you. I started 2010 or 11. Self-learning was. But the best side of the laid back kind of style is almost 10 years. My French level is still,
But don't use it because you didn't use it.
If you have the scale of 10, my French level is 0.5.
No, you're exaggerating. No, I don't think so.
I
You're quite okay. 6 or 7, I think.
I cannot understand nobody, nothing. The listening part is really bad.
Because your brand told you that I didn't understand French.
Recently, that's my problem is I always try to work on something. I promise myself, like resolution. I had so many resolutions in my whole life. I start on my treadmill at home. I try to run like every day for half an hour or 1 hour. I continued for only 6 days or 7 days, and I forgot for 2 months or 3 months. A lot of time, the kind of motivational things, and then like the French thing. Recently, I just restarted. Every day, I'm learning. I'm learning to like a French radio, like a Radio Canada, or Day or whatever the name. And right now I kept for 7 days at least. Understand nothing, but I pick up some words. I'm still trying to pick up, keep listening. But I gave up so many resolutions. I gave up like hundreds of them. I get some crazy idea. One day I say I want to start this. I want to read a English novel, and I want to read like 10 English novels within a month. But I gave up the second week, and I had a lot of that stuff. Even the playing soccer, I'm thinking about giving up too. Because it's taking me a lot of time, but
it's worth it. You have to keep it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not serious. That's the problem. I'm not serious about a lot of stuff. That's the problem. The laid back is, I'm not lazy. I work really a lot, but sometimes I give up easily. I tried a lot. Even in Montreal, I tried a lot of stuff. I even have a website. I have 2 websites actually.
Before.
Yeah. I want to have a Chinese language online community. Then I found it too difficult.
It's a lot of energy consuming.
Energy and financial as well.
Exactly.
And you have the spams, everything.
And now you're with the channel. You spend a lot of time as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like
That's
this one.
Huge time spending.
After some time, probably I will give up too.
No. Keep it.
I tried a lot of things. That's the thing. If I had your mentality, I probably have.
I think giving up parts of life is also part of life, no?
Yeah, I give up so easily.
Giving up is because we are having a better choice.
Even this restaurant, probably I will give up sometimes. Because when I work hard, I can work hard for a month or 2 months or several months.
Yeah.
Without seeing a good result, I was okay to kind of sweating every day. But if this keeps going for a year or 2 years, sometimes you're tired mentally and you just want to give it. Like the pandemic thing, we're being this virus like almost 2 years.
Everyone's not prepared. No one is prepared.
And at the beginning, people are really paranoid, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. They lock themselves in their room, their home for like almost a year and 2 years. And now people, even last time I saw a customer, even they lock themselves, lock them a year and a half.
At home?
Yeah, they did not go anywhere.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
And do they have mental problems then?
No, not at all. But they were just paranoid. They thought virus everywhere in the air. So
that's the mental problem.
Yeah, if you breathe, you're gonna catch, and then you have.
That's a mental problem. I told you.
You have disease, and then even you don't see the side effect, the negative symptom right now. You will have that for your whole life. So that thing.
That's a mental health.
In your cells, in somewhere, will come up to catch you, to give you some problem after 10 years.
I think more or less people from...
I saw that couple, they came out like 2 or 3 months ago. I told them, because they were the regular customers, and then they came like 2 or 3 months ago. I told them, why do you guys come out? They said, it's too long. It's too long. It's kind of 2 years. And
you were giving them pressures. You cannot say that. Yeah. They need to come out.
Yeah, they did come out to here, sitting in the restaurant. The couple.
Yeah.
Like, they told me they did not go anywhere. And then crazy. They put on gloves, mask, face shield only go to grocery to survive, and no social stuff, social meetings with other people, interactions with other people for 18 months.
So that's why I think being informative is so important. Being informative, it's not necessary to read the news every day. It's read news in different languages from different media sources to analyze together with your thoughts what I'm going to do. It's very important.
And also, for different language, you have to know the language. You have to
That's
learn
why
English
you have to learn all
French.
the time.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to learn all the time, and to talk to friends, different friends, right?
Yeah. If I had your level of French, that would be amazing. I really like French. For me, I kind of, it's really weird for me. I have the mentality, it's like the crazy idea. I want to be able to speak English, French
at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time.
You can do it.
But
you have to create a kind of environment to push you to speak only French with the period of time.
Yeah, this is the
which will boost your French immediately.
I mean, the restaurant business. One time, one customer, like a lady, on the other end of the telephone, I was trying to parler français, parler le français. Like she yelled it in English, say, "If you don't speak French in Quebec, you cannot do business." Like she said, perfect English, and she said, she was talking at the beginning French. So that gave me a lot of motivation because I need to people like putting my face, hit me in my face. If you don't speak French in Quebec, you cannot do a good business. Like that lady, I don't know even like. Her English was perfect. A lot better than mine.
It's not. It has nothing to do with the level of English or French. I think it's their responsibility, being francophones, to push the others speak French because we are in Quebec. But for us, as immigrants,
parlez-vous français? Un peu, désolé. Bye bye.
But for us, like immigrants, it's important to learn French and English. It's because sayonara is Japanese.
Okay. I said that to the wrong lady.
But for immigrants like us, we speak English, French, which is important because we open our eyes to get more informative from different sources.
How about those like French people, they're talking about crazy stuff?
Yes, you can get that as well. And I don't really give a damn shit. You can have your judgment, right? If not, you just close your own door and you didn't know this area, which for me is kind of lack of security. It's also a kind of security, sense of security. I need to reach out all this to make sure that I'm in the good way of being. Yes.
But it's like after you move here, like you kind of pick up French, and also you kind of pick up your like independent journalism, right? You're doing the reporting.
Yes, exactly. I'm doing my own things. I'm doing my own report because I'm not working for any government. I'm just working on my own. I'm working for my fans who follows me, who are loyal to get information from my side. They ask me privately as well, and I will just give them suggestions or my advice or my opinions. And it really depends on you to decide to believe me or you don't.
It's very popular to be
it's also
like
okay.
The independent media right now. It's very popular in United States and Canada.
But you have to work very hard to make sure that everything is good. And I spend a long time thinking about how can I surviving as independent journalist. It's also difficult. And now I have another career, as you said, and it's easier to release my financial pressures.
Which company you were in?
It's Industrielle Alliance.
What?
Industrielle Alliance. That's a Quebec company. That's the only Quebec company that's, I think, ranking number 3 from the 5 biggest insurance financial companies in Canada.
I know a lot of Chinese people, they work for like London Freedom 555, right?
That's a lot of Chinese
pigeon
colleagues, yes.
No, the logo is the pigeon or the...
That's London. That's London.
London 555, right? Freedom. London Freedom.
I'm not in the company.
Yeah, but this is the French one.
I went to the company simply because it's a Quebecois company. I think it's very important for me as well. Yes, if you want to improve your French, as much as possible, you have to go to this environment. If not, you don't have other choices. If I want to work as
other companies, go to the heart of the devil.
If I don't need to learn French, I don't need to stay in Quebec, right? I can find a job in Toronto. My English is okay. I don't really have any problems. But if you want to stay, you have to make sure that your French is your hardcore skills to debate, to fight, to do something that you want.
Actually, I guess you appeared a lot of times on the local media, right? The French, English
not
media.
too much, but sometimes, yeah.
Because sometimes I think we need a voice as well. Because
it's very important. You are doing the same thing.
I guess at the beginning I listened a lot of radio to learn English. The most radio I listened to was CBC radio. So even the English language, you don't see a lot of Chinese, like Canadian Chinese. They get as a guest on the show. So you see, I learned a lot of stories about native Canadians, native people, and Arabic people. They had a lot of African, like Canadians. They have a lot of voices. They have either experts or opinions on certain incidents happened, and they voice their opinions from that community. I heard them a lot. But very rare. Like Chinese.
In the French section of Radio Canada, there are only 1 or 2 Chinese faces, Asian faces, and in the CBC they have a lot more. But you know what? CBC is a sub branch. It's not the headquarters. It's not headquarters. Okay. Radio Canada, Montreal is the headquarters. They have so much resources and they have so many reports. But CBC, they have less reports and less qualified reports with less people recruited. Yes, in Montreal.
But what is the Kathy Wong, right? She's Chinese. Yeah, she's there's consular, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she
retired from politics recently, right?
I cannot
she got married. I saw. I guess I followed on Twitter or some Instagram.
But you have to, that Li Xixi was recently elected as a municipality in Brossard, and last somebody.
I saw your interview before that.
Yes, I was very happy for her, and I think it's very important for us having someone from mainland China to become a municipality. That's very important. That's the first generation, and it's really representing us, people like us. I think it's important, and I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, I think as an independent journalist right now, if you could be perfect, on those kind of media to.
So that's why I have to, again.
You're part of that team. You're part of the ensemble?
Groupe de Tante.
Yeah, group de Tante.
Every year, yes.
30.
Yeah, 30 people.
I know the numbers in French.
Yeah, 30 representatives from different diversified ethnic groups, and we discuss topics on politics, cities, society of Quebec, everything, to show our powers. The faces at that moment is important. How you look is important.
But if I appear on any of that, they probably thought I would be a Mongolia or somewhere.
Mongolia were the same in Asia.
Or somewhere not so Chinese. Yeah. I need to write Chinese in my forehead.
You don't need to.
Or write the.
You are fei gang fei. You don't need to say who you are.
Or the Chinese character.
Fei gang fei.
Only one 中 like Chinese 中国的中. Yeah, just one character. 中 put on my forehead, and it's stylish as well.
It's more complicated to talk about that because in overseas we kind of are immigrant, first generation of immigrants. We have so much to say, with so much that we don't or cannot say even.
But it's really interesting because I think in Montreal we have almost 100,000 Chinese living in Montreal, Great Montreal area. I guess that's about the number. The people not
1,000 Chinese only? No, 10,000.
No, 100,000.
Oh, okay. Okay,
about
the Montreal area.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
think
metropolitan.
So. Yeah.
I guess we are not so active. We
are invisible. I have to say, in the media, it's invisible. Yeah. Totally. But in the English section is better because we have our voices from the Chinatown and Jimmy Chen is always doing this and that.
Oh, you know Jimmy Chen? Jimmy Chen is everywhere.
Jimmy Chen is everywhere.
He has 5 restaurants, walk cafe, right? He has 5 already. The latest one is in Kirkland, in the West.
Okay, and but the French section, we need more people to coming up to talk.
I guess you would be the perfect.
No, I have to work on it. If we really you know, she's the French. French is very good. And
how about the English? It's good too.
English, I don't really have an experience talking English with her.
But how to say this in French? Go back to China.
Go back to China in Chinese? In what?
In French.
In French?
Yeah. You always tell them, don't say go back to China to me. You know, you need to say that in French. Let them know.
Retourner en Chine.
See, that one we need to learn.
Te retourner en Chine. C'était pas gentil ça. Si tu dis ça, c'est pas gentil.
Next time, if you recognize somebody said that in French, you know, you need to say, no, pas de, how to say?
Retourner en Chine, repartir en Chine. Vas-y.
No, shake your hand. Do not shake.
Tu太贵是这个啥子？ I at the moment I think language is kind of a war equipment for us to voice our voices, which is important. But I don't want to say language can be politicalized. No, not at all. But here the tricky thing is that you have to go to extremes to do things, and they politicalize everything, and people getting you know.
But I think
bored.
one day you will be a perfect. You will be perfect for to be a part of the politics.
Sometimes it's not only about languages. It's sometimes mostly you have to know the atmosphere of this political phenomenon. You have to figure out different levels, municipal levels, provincial levels, federal levels, what are they doing, what their disadvantages. You have to analyze all that to make sure that you have to know where your niche is.
Yeah. But for me, I just want them to fix the problem.
Yes, that's very practical.
It's crazy. Like
parking.
The one thing they all like, for example, the recycle stuff. You have the paper boxes, all these boxes. They recycle everything, but they just kind of they put the landfill, the truck, recycle truck. It's just the same truck with other, like the garbage trucks, the same. You were in downtown, you will see all of them. They pick up those recycle stuff, put it there, and then grab together, and then mix with the dirt.
Why they do have to do?
Everybody knows that. Even the mayor. She knows that.
That's why they say downtown they didn't distinguish.
Exactly. Even the West Side too. West Side, like every house they have nice black bin and then blue bin for the recycle, and then the recycle truck just put them together with mix everything.
Oh boy.
So that's the problem. They all know it's wrong, but nobody even say they're gonna even say something or do something. That's because they all survive. Like the mayor, all these. Like counselors, and then they all know. Nobody's blind.
Well, that's a big problem.
The recycle thing.
Yes.
They all know it's wasting of anything, everything. Like the kind of recycle company driving recycle truck, and then as the residents and the business, they put like separate extra time, energy, put separate those recyclable and then the real garbage, and end up together. So it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
We have so many problems to fix, and we have again a lot of opportunities for every one of us to contribute. Because for me, I think Quebec is not only a society for Quebecois, it's also for us, like immigrants, everyone, even students. You have the responsibility. We have our responsibility to do something for the society as well, to show our powers.
Revolution.
Yes.
Seriously. Revolution. And you are not powerful enough, and a soft revolution. Revolution.
Gambade.
What is that like?
Gambade. Gambade. It's Japanese. The chairs up or.
Bagayalu. Bagayalu.
Bagayalu.
Bastard is.
Yeah. Come on, you cannot say this.
Japanese it's very very interesting language. That's why I always say. The people in the Shanghai dialect, they are like Japanese, very close.
So people say that, but if you speak that language, then you realize that. 差不多了吗？
What time is it?
2个小时了。
No, not yet.
还要聊啊
1.5. Let me finish this.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're not drinking.
I cannot drink too much. I drink a little bit.
Seriously, I really like your French is still like improved so much in French because you like once in a while this morning you were like said something in French already. That's crazy.
Did I say that?
Yeah. When we were talking, and then some words just kind of jumped out in French.
No, I have to because that's been a couple of years I didn't speak French, speak English, so it's always the French coming up. Then English because
that's a very great sign.
I tried not to use English, but which is also a pity that we didn't speak too much English. My English is épouvantable maintenant.
Is that right now? Is that do you see it's kind of on a good track or like difficult for you have as an independent media journalist?
It's fine at the moment. It really depends on how big influence I'm creating influences because I remember last month I had a post on Facebook talking about I got 4 tickets, parking tickets within 1 month or 2. And and I was complaining it's difficult to parking because everyone knows this, right? It's difficult to parking in Eastburg downtown or everywhere. But people get tickets and they just kept silent.
How did they
and no one talked about it. And I got more than 100 comments. And everyone was talking about that because people have similar situations, but no one talk. And I have like media friends, they would contact me and talking about that. They were trying to figure out what they can do to create the influence to make sure people have this problem. And it's really a big concern for every one of us.
That's the problem of the mayor, the plan.
Yes, that's why I told you.
People elected her again.
Yeah.
You see, that's the problem of the.
That's why.
Not so smart.
That's why people say Montreal is getting poorer and poorer because people with better conditions with cars, they're moving out.
Yeah, moving out.
And no one can live in the island. And then what are you gonna develop your economy, right? You have losing so many people and the resources. What are you gonna do?
I guess for some parties or some politicians, developing economy is not their priority.
No,
is their priority is making it more equal.
Right, and also
equally poor.
They only because the essence of democracy, a democratic society of Western countries, they are only responsible for 1 or 2 sessions of their period. Like Mary France, that's the second one, and after that he's gonna doing something else and then getting promoted the other way. I don't need to care what's the concrete things for the public, which is really being good. Yeah, they don't really care about this. They only care about themselves, I have to say.
No, I guess the mayor, there's no term limit.
I have 2.
No. Mayors, you can stay forever.
What do you say? No, I don't think so.
No, the Tremblay being in Montreal before the Appleton was before the Danny Coderre, and before Appleton is a first Jewish mayor. Yeah. He was in probably 2 years. Before him, he was Mayor Tremblay. He was in Montreal as a Montreal more than 20 years.
No, the tricky part.
Yeah, seriously. That's why a lot of politicians, the mayor really has a lot of power, and people a lot of time the important figures, the politicians.
I was not quite sure about this, but I have to check.
I'm 100% sure. Okay. The previous Laval mayor, he was in power for more than 10 years. He was in jail. He's in jail right now. He's indicted because of corruption. The former Laval.
I know.
Because a lot of important people they like to stay in the municipal level because they can stay forever. And a lot of power from municipal level, especially the big city. If you are the mayor of New York or the Chicago, it's very powerful, and they can stay for a long, long time. But if you go to the fed, if you are the president, you get the 2 terms, you're done.
2 terms, you're done.
Exactly, you go back fishing. That's why a lot of mayors, pretty much sure. And do you want to bet? I need money. Do you want to bet?
Bad?
Yeah, like the term limit for the mayor. $100. I need $100 today for the bet. That's a quick money. How do you think of the Chinese local Chinese media here? You work with them closely, or?
I think everyone's trying to do their best in their level, but the only part thing that I realized people don't communicate enough. And another thing,
between themselves,
between every one of us, and also it's because nowadays doing reports, we need values. We need to hire people, and going out to do a report, coming back, it's too expensive. So people copy everywhere.
Okay,
people copy everywhere, which means we have
so
as audience
the
same thing of different medias, and that's also losing credit from with that. So I don't think it's again the problem of money. We don't have enough fund from the government to make sure that we have a qualified team working.
But do you need to have a kind of certificate from the government? They say recognize you as a reporter, journalist. Do you have because the
I have. Yeah. I was a member of Quebec Journalist Society, but you don't need to have that working as a journalist.
So I'm a journalist too.
You could do that if you want to work it at their career.
That's a lot of money.
But the tricky part is that every society has every association has a bug, because you have to do everything in French. They don't really accept Chinese medias to
really?
to be a member.
That's a discrimination, huh?
That's of course, because you don't have other society associations of journalists in Quebec except this one, and you have to do it in French.
That's the problem. We can fight a law case.
A lot of things to do.
Find a lawsuit against them. We can lock millions of dollars. Then we can make ourselves rich.
But the French is complicated. They have language laws, and but sometimes you have exceptions. If you have a spectacle from outside to performing in Montreal or in Quebec society, you don't necessarily need to be in French. Your menus, your program, you don't necessarily need to be in French. If you categorize yourself as the minority show, so there's the exceptions that you have to 100% you have to be very familiar with the legal thing, and it's very complicated. And if not, people will gonna sue you. Do you have?
Why can't we say 我不服?
I contested.
Yeah.
Contest.
Yeah, exactly.
You have the right. Yes. Here you have always the right to contest. It only takes time.
Like back to the question to the other Chinese media, like 7天, the 7 set days, and what else? The Quebec
TV.
Do you have working relationship with them?
Well, of course. Before last year, I was working with 7天for a couple of months, and Yingje was a very good person. I think Yingje, Madame Ying is passionate dragon lady like me.
Dragon lady. Is that real? Dragon lady?
Dragon lady.
I know Tiger Mom. Tiger Mom.
Tiger Mom is Tiger Mom. Tiger Mom is Huma.
Yeah. Tiger Mom.
Dragon lady. Dragon lady, that's all different English.
Seriously, change it to Dragon Mom. Dragon Mom.
Dragon Mom.
Yeah. Dragon Mom was so popular.
It was dragon, okay.
With the 3 dragon eggs.
You can change, create your own word. I don't mind.
Dragon Mom. Seriously, you take that.
They are passionate in their own ways, and they have their own passionate. They have their own domain. Who is like Yingje was so good at writing. His articles are amazing. And Lao Wei have been talking to me we communicate a lot, and we always discuss our dreams of being a journalist.
They have a lot of videos.
He has passions of being a journalist. He used to be in a news program as well in Liaoning, I remember. And we sometimes discuss our passion, how we can make it happen in Quebec. Discuss, yes. People are...
Do you find it's difficult because a lot of Chinese people living here, they don't want to show their faces or voice their opinions in front of the camera? Will that be a case, or that's not a case?
That's kind of you know what? It depends on
if you ask them
the generations. It's like a younger generation, they don't really mind. They don't that too mind. But the older generation, they still have the concerns, a lot of concerns. And the younger generation, they are more open-minded. They are accepting more new things or new ways of doing things. I think it's
can be. Cheers. Yeah, can be. Yeah, but that's why I think, for example, if news or whatever came out, like you want to ask somebody opinion in front of camera, is that difficult? Or?
For me?
Yeah. Like real opinion
on the street?
Yeah, on the
we did it all the time. Yes, it's fine. It's not as difficult in Shanghai. You know, in China, people don't want to. No, they don't want to. Okay. It's a street soapbox. If you talk on the street and ask people on the street what their opinions, they don't really want to show that. Or younger people would like to say, and the others, maybe they're more have concerns in their mind. Here, people are more straightforward. They want to talk, and it's fine. Just only because if you speak English and the demand in anglais, the people, they don't really care that why it's English, or sometimes they don't care, sometimes they care. So it's really, it's from the feedback, I think it's easier than in China.
Is the lot of stuff you produce here, the videos, is that in English or Chinese? Or?
Mostly I did English and Chinese. I don't do French. Do French 1 or 2 episodes, yes I did, but I don't think my French was, I was prepared enough.
Or the audience may not be that many for the Chinese immigrants.
Yeah, but you know what? The Chinese, the French episode, I have to do all the sous-titres en chinois. Alors c'est beaucoup plus de travail. It's more work than for me to add the subtitles.
Yeah, subtitles really
in Chinese.
Yeah, really time consuming also.
Yes, as well.
That's why a lot of even my friends ask this video has subtitles.
But YouTube, they have automatic subtitle. You can do it.
Yeah, but that would be really off, especially the pronunciation is not perfect sometimes.
Did you try it?
Actually, one of my friends is a programmer, is a geek. And remember the episode with Yijie, the lady, and he turned on that captions.
Yeah.
He told me the YouTube, the automatic AI thing, pick up like more like Yijie, the font Lei is
English
than yours. More than mine.
It's a lot of factors. It's not necessary to be your English is worse. It's because of your sound quality he cannot recognize, and if it's too loud, it's like you know, they have a lot of factors to influence.
Pay more attention to the pronunciation, more accurate. You know, it's she's like more.
Could be. And I remember last time, I didn't speak much.
So it's so that thing I think it will not be a very good to be honest, like automatic.
But if you speak slowly and your sound quality is okay, your voice is local, and it's doing.
But they cannot translate Bagayalu though.
Yeah, that's more difficult because we are doing some cross-cultural talks, so it's maybe they cannot do 100% right. There's bugs, of course.
Bagayalu means 8 dark road. 8个鸭子的路。8 dark road.
Okay.
Is that Bagayalu? So it's like the opinion on that one. It's like the video like I have. It's like I'm still trying to improve this quality of this program. This morning you showed me some tricks.
Yeah.
It's really important.
Yeah, and if next time it works, you're gonna do this like this. It's faster and easier. And the lighting, you don't need to worry about lighting.
Yeah, I don't have time to.
And try to keep the voice low to make sure the quality is better. The voice quality.
I don't. Yeah, the problem is subtype everything. I just don't have time. It's the problem is I have to cut a lot of vegetables. The restaurant.
Yes.
But it's original. It's very original.
And your style is natural and talk and eat, and that's your style. And that's what I said is you're different and unique. We don't have standard beauty. We only have different beauties.
Yes, some style is destined to die. It's never gonna make anything out of it. I think that's the destiny of this. But good things for me is I know more people. I know you today more than yesterday.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Exactly. I really interested about the independent media thing you are doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to because every day you have to pick up things. You have to. Basically, I think at the moment my language is a concern. I still have to work hard on that. And secondly, it's you have to figure out your niche. That again is very important for us. But which helps me a lot is my experience in the past.
Also, you're in great spot, I think, because not so many people in the same field. But
you know what? There are already people from different parties trying to persuade me to join their parties. There are 3 or 4 different levels. I don't really give a damn. I say I'm Chinese. Okay, I'm not a citizen. I'm not a citizen.
Chinese party.
But I'm interested and I'm open to your opinions, your policies. I'm open to learn.
Party. How many people do we need to have a party? 15?
I remember this year with the very party, there's a Chinese gentleman who was doing traditional. Oh yes, did you know him in person? You could invite him to talk a little bit at their show.
I guess I had a conversation with him before. And he was federal as well, right? He was a candidate for federal level election.
No. And I was talking. I have to tell you that my cousin-in-law. That's my cousin-in-law. 妹夫是 cousin-in-law. My cousin-in-law is running his campaign for Richmond Hill in Toronto for the mayor. In January.
So your family, your little sister is in Canada as well.
No, it's cousin, it's not sister. My cousin.
Cousin.
表妹应该是表妹。
表妹。
Cousin has nephew. Cousin 应该是对，是 cousin.
That's amazing.
I think he's good. He's serving the community. He's doing a lot as a volunteers. I think he's a very passionate person.
Because for you, I think you are in a good spot because right now I guess we're at the very early stage of the local Chinese in journalism or the politics. Because right now you start early. We call 赢在起跑线上. Seriously.
I didn't even think about that because in the past we have journalists.
You can put
we have journalists. We have.
It's a bit old-fashioned though, because sometimes I understand the.
Fashion
I'm not good at this as well, but what I observe over the last 15 years I live in Montreal, a lot of you always bring new idea, new faces. You are pretty young and you have wide view of
vision.
Vision. So that gives you good advantage because the Chinese immigrants been in Montreal for a long time.
Yes.
And some of them being even the journalism, this business, but it's kind of old-fashioned.
Yeah.
It's more difficult to be accepted in the mainstream. You are in the perfect position.
I actually discussed with the Radio Canada and CBC have connection there, and then we discussed about the way that they work and like I work. I don't think I'm gonna work for them, even though they need me or.
You will be a great voice for them.
Because their voice are official voices.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to know that. Yeah. It's not because I can do a story for my community, but I have to make sure I didn't go against the values of Canada. But I don't think values of Canada sometimes have conflicts with the values of our community. You know that? I don't think it's a values that I have.
It's like you would be that's why I'm saying like you have
that's why I said it's niche. You have to find your own niche.
Yeah. And being independent has a lot of good things as well. Yeah. So you talk to different channels, different spectrum, the different part of the spectrum on the political side or that's your advantage, and that's why I'm saying like you are in the great position in this trade already.
You have to work on this.
Really, not so many, very few people have the mindset of like you, like being strong-willed and pursuing things really all your forces.
Yeah, this is important as
exactly.
well.
And then
that's my commission as well. That's my mission as well. Sorry, it's commission. Only thinking about money.
and you are in the good position. Starting point is really good. I think you probably can put more time on this thing.
Yeah,
well.
Just a little bit more time.
A little bit more, and
energy, dedication.
I know you want to make more money with the financial.
I was thinking about commission, right? Commission. That's our mission. Okay. Mission. Looking at seeming to be impossible, but it's possible as well.
One year from today, probably will be a big star here there on the.
Oh no. Like being politician or even like serving your community, I don't think it's being a star, right? It's just your mission, and you finally find your value.
Your opinions matters.
Yes, you find your values in this kind of area. I think it's very important for us.
That's why I'm saying if you need the money, our restaurant can sponsor you. Can sponsor you.
Wow.
How many twice cooked politicians do you need? How many dry fried green beans you need? We can sponsor you by food. It's like give you more freedom of time to
eat with it.
to pursue your independent journalism.
I really appreciate that.
And you can have take out this one, take out that free, and then you don't have to cook. You have more time.
That's important as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So important.
And when you need more money, okay, don't worry. Kids' education, no problem. 2 more plates of dry fried green beans. Yeah, that saves you a lot of time. Sometimes.
And this year, I also participated as a member of l'Assemblée de parents. À l'école de Zita. Zita school, they have an assembly of parents.
Oh yeah,
so I'm a member.
Committee.
And we have a lot of every month we have meetings, go through all these details.
Crazy moms, all crazy moms.
No, they're dads. The dads are dads, mom, and teachers.
Weird dads, crazy moms.
Because we have to have a lot of feedbacks and discuss the solutions that we possibly have.
I would like to be part of that committee as well. But the problem is I don't speak French that much. That's the problem.
I am curious that in West Island, do you have to speak French as well?
Yes, for the school, for sure. The public schools, for sure.
Okay.
Every time my daughter is 8.
But your French don't need to be perfect. My French is bad as well.
No.
Comparing with others.
It cannot be too bad. It doesn't have to be perfect.
I'm the worst with the other parents, but I don't be afraid. I'm not afraid.
Every time they ask, do you want to option A or option B? Your answer is non, oui, non or oui. that cannot finish the conversation. That's my level. Oui, no. And when I say no, I'm nodding.
So that's what I said. Our opinions are represented by our languages. So French is important.
Yeah. That's why I think this time I will not give up on this.
Go ahead.
I listen. By average 2 or 3 hours listen to the Radio Canada.
That's very nice.
Premier EC.
Do you know that's a podcast called Audio? That's made by Radio Canada. They have all different kind of podcasts in French, only in French. Music.
Okay, great.
It's an app. Spotify. I told you. Yeah.
It's Spotify.
It's an app. Do you have to download? It's the Audio. It's a green logo. I'll send you later.
No, I have that one.
You listen. That's you listen to it.
That's the weird name. ODA.
Audio.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's the problem. I was on the App Store, I was searching for EC Canada, EC Premier.
EC Radio Canada, EC.
Right. But they show up with the ODA something.
Audio, yeah.
I thought it was a spam.
That's a podcast.
That's why they're
made by Radio Canada.
Names. That's the problem. They don't know the branding. They don't know how to brand.
Radio Canada has been trying to change the image of stereotype. So they have another new brand called RAD.
Yeah.
RAD, RAD. That's it's also a report of different society problems, issues, but in a ledger way. It's like a light way with the young people talking about that.
The whoever came up with the idea of that something that should be fired. So because I thought it was a spam, I was searching for the app like EC Canada, Premier Radio Canada, French.
Which means
they should update, but the name looks like a spam. Looks like a bad app, like really bad app to get your information. Like you just install the app, you can never get rid of the removed app. You know, this guy came with the name, even not a word or French word, like crazy.
It's combining two together. I think radio or
exactly. You need to people like. I want to learn French. My French is not that good. If my French is not that good, I won't listen to your opinions at all. You know, that's the problem. You need to. Like Radio Canada, you know, English is clear. You don't CBC, right? You need people know CBC. Even your English is really bad. You want to learn English. You know CBC, you know, and this is authentic. This is a trusted app.
Yeah.
But you say Oda, Omar, like you know, Oba, like French, like Korean. Oba.
Because Radio Canada, CBC, they also want to change the image of their brand, so they're trying to make it like light younger people, because younger people didn't read this, so they're creating their brand in different branches like audio, like a rat, and which
rat, like a rat mouth, rat.
RAD. That's an app created by Radio Canada, and they're doing reports.
Too. That person
they're trying different ways to make sure that they're trying to attach the attention of the younger generation, because the younger generation don't read Radio Canada. That's a shit. They don't read.
I guess
it's all stereotypes.
We need to find Donald Trump. You are fired. You know, fire that guy.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, fire that guy. Seriously, come with you are serious media. You cannot be, you know, funny. You cannot be. You are serious media.
They can have different branches. That's the branches that they have. They have their decent branch, Radio Canada.
The credit, trust
attached with Radio Canada, they have different small leisure branches that you just like in BMW, you have different levels of
the BBC. If one day BBC come with another like a biatch, you know, nobody gonna. They're gonna see what.
But BBC is BBC. BBC have a different business model. They have to do everything, different things.
But
they have
to be serious in the media.
But at this transition period, every media is striving to change their image and losing less audience that they had.
That's a media.
Everyone is struggling.
In my opinion, that's a mistake. I have the app, but it's amazing. The good thing about CBC and the radio, the French version. They talk all the time.
Yes,
that's
and there's different. You know,
they talk all the time. That really helps.
I listened to audio. Sometimes they have episode of police episode, policier. They have like analyzing different kind of stories from the angles of everything that you can try to find this and that in the news. And they have episodic series. No, I cannot. No, I cannot.
Oh mon Dieu.
So try this different thing, the music, classical music, jazz, and everything.
For me, I don't listen to music. It's a waste of time.
Good.
I need to listen to the conversations.
Music, they have explanations of the music in French. That's all in French. Nothing in English.
It's next year. I hope we have the conversation in French. That would be amazing.
Yes, you can switch directly later with the other guests.
But this one, what do you think of the program in English only?
This one?
Yeah.
That's your own style. You cannot have any comments. That's good. But only too long. I don't think you have to make that long.
But if you want to know a person, and it takes time.
How many people are gonna finish like viewing this video? Did you check your data?
Not so many, I think. I don't check that much. I don't think anyone would have finished. It's just for fun, actually. You always, the problem of the internet, you create garbage, but it's not affecting anybody. If you create garbage, drop on the street, people see that, they don't feel good. You kind of impact them on negative way.
Yeah.
But on the internet, you create a video and put it up there.
So always people looking at that, right?
Nobody looks at it, but you are not doing anybody's harm. So it's a garbage. But the garbage is not in your face. You don't see the garbage. People just don't see it. That's the beauty of internet.
That's the reality of our city.
That's actually Montreal is not on the map of social media at all. That's the pity. Montreal is the metropolitan. It's an important city in North America. One of the top 20, let's say. Or top 30.
Yeah.
But at least we should have a presentation on the internet. Right. Montreal is non-existing at all. Even Toronto has some okay showing on the internet. So that's the total failure, collective failure of Montreal.
Yeah.
So when they talk about cities in North America, nobody talk about Montreal. Seriously, that's the problem. You don't see a lot of famous people. They're still doing something famous in Montreal, catch the attention.
But mostly people from Montreal, they're very talented and they're going somewhere else to develop.
Yeah, that's the problem.
They don't stay here.
There's nothing interesting happening in the city.
It's too narrow.
You're boring.
Yeah,
when you're boring, people don't look at you. Yeah. That's why you have to act weird. Like draw a tattoo on your forehead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Montreal, if everybody draw a tattoo on the forehead, it would be on the headline.
Québécois. Yeah. French.
Like stupid French Québécois. And they did this as a ritual, as a cult. They want to slow walking the whole thing. Like they believe the lifestyle of slowness.
But from the side of Québécois, they don't have other choices, seriously. If they don't protect French, no one's going to speak French in 20 years. The younger people don't really give a damn.
But that's the freedom of choice. I think you cannot have both ways. The language, you have to have the freedom to speak any language you like. And you put all those restrictions, you're removing the basic human rights of the language they want to communicate.
This is the tricky part. Yeah. I have to say, for example, in Shanghai, a lot of people nowadays, especially young people, they don't know how to speak dialect of Shanghai.
That's the thing. You cannot tell them if you don't speak Shanghai dialect, you go home your old village. You cannot say that, right?
No.
Exactly. That's the same thing.
For a lot of people, that's a pity, but it's also part of culture is losing.
Sometimes you protect by another way. Like you attract people by virtues instead of by laws, by forcing people to do something. Yeah. If you are pretty, if the things you are nice, people come to you naturally.
Yeah.
The French is beautiful language.
Yeah, exactly.
And after I get my life together, get financially, not freedom, half freedom, I have more time, I feel comfortable everywhere. I will find time to learn French by myself.
That's right.
You know? It's a beautiful language.
Yeah.
And even they don't have logic. Seriously, how do they know? How do they say 80 is 4 times 20? Like you are bragging about your mathematics.
Yeah, French.
Like, I know 80 is 4 times 20. That's kind of silly.
French is so good at mathematics.
Yeah. And also, how do you say 999朵玫瑰 999 roses in French would be no, so long. Like after you sing that, the girl left already. I want to give you 999 roses, and before you finish the sentence, the girl did not have the patience to listen to your whole long sentence. How to say 999 in French?
999.
99. How many words?
Not too crazy. If you get used to it, it's fine. 999.
That's great.
999. Yeah.
And how about our lucky number 888?
888. 888. Not too crazy.
That's so long.
No, it's fine. It's again only we get used to it, and then you think it's fine. Huh? If you don't used to it, yeah, it's long.
That's the thing. Only thing I don't like French is they have this 70 is 60 plus 10. 70. Why don't you say 70? Right? It's not bad. 70. Right? It's
You're gonna finish everything?
I hope so. Okay, we finish this week. Cheer.
Okay.
Finish this. Don't fake it, huh? Don't drop.
Cheer. No, I cannot finish. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Something you want to add?
No. Thank you very much for the invitation, and thank you, everyone.
Pretty faces together.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.